Well, we're back at it again with another video, and today's video is gonna be a part 2 on the Mushroom Girl drama between her and Whispur. But before we get into that, I'm gonna need you to like, sub, and leave a comment. Anyways, with that being said, let's do a quick little recap. Whispur made a comment on one of Mushroom Girl's community posts saying that he was gonna do a video on her, when he shouldn't have. Anyways, he releases the Mushroom Girl video, and Mushroom Girl doesn't respond to it. I'm guessing because the video said nothing but the exact same thing everybody else is saying, and didn't add anything else to the table, which I can understand. Anyways, that video comes out, Mushroom Girl decides not to respond to it. Keep in mind that the Mushroom Girl video was gonna be in parts, so she was checking Whisper's page to see if there was a part 2, which there wasn't, but she found a video from Whispur made on the LGBTQ+ community, which was an absolute discombobulated fucking mess. So anyways, Whispur gets backlash from Mushroom Girl's server, in which he shouldn't have joined in the first place. This, that, and the fucking third happens. Mushroom Girl made a video on Whispur which was so fucking god awful, and it contradicted herself on so many levels, and that's how part 1 was made. Also part 2, aka this video that you're watching right now. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
So I got this fixed version. Everything I said in my last video needed worked on.
The fact that you genuinely think that those points aren't beyond saving is fucking hilarious, and it also proves that you don't think that your video was, bigoted. You just think, whoopsie, made a little oopsie.
Jesus fucking Christ, you do nothing but make no arguments and immediately call him bigoted. The fact that you genuinely think you're actually doing something by calling him bigoted and not making any arguments is fucking hilarious.
It was rushed and unscripted, so I scripted this video.
Ah, so you think your video was bad because it was unscripted, not because you were literally spreading bigotry.
Do you see how fucking retarded you sound? And also, you're calling him bigoted once again. Now I'm actually starting to think that you're running out of arguments. You're sitting here on your ass saying the exact same thing without an end. Bigot this, bigot that. Oh my fucking god.
So for my first point, there is a terrible logic of disagreeing with LGBTQ equals bad person.
Say that sentence again, but replace LGBTQ with black people, or POC. And don't you dare say, oh, well, that's different. How is it different? Is it because you think that gay people are lesser than people of color?
No, I'm actually pretty sure that people are thinking that racism is different from homophobia because of the effects it has. Someone says homophobic slurs and barely anybody does anything at all. But if somebody were to say racial slurs, then they would be canceled. There are no sequels.
Do you think that black people and other people of color don't deserve to be discriminated against, but gay people do because you personally have a bias against them? A bias against gay people. That almost sounds like homophobia.
Dude, you are actually a fucking piece of shit. You're sitting here complaining about people being biased towards gay people when you yourself are biased towards Christianity. It's okay for Mushroom Girl to be biased, but once somebody else is biased, she has a fucking problem.
So let me simplify this to make a point. You disagree with someone being gay equals you hate it.
What reason would somebody have for disagreeing with gay people? And don't you dare pull out the Bible said. I don't care what the Bible says. I don't give a shit.
Well, if you don't give a shit, then why are you bringing it up? No one was gonna make that fucking argument in the first place. How do you even stoop to that?
What the Bible says. And honestly, if your religion is saying to discriminate against a group of people, you probably shouldn't be following that religion to begin with, but I digress.
Okay, we fucking get it. You're hinting at Christianity. Mushroom Girl Bible equals bad. You practically shoved it down everybody's fucking throat at this point.
But with my personal biases aside.
There it goes, ladies and gentlemen, the fucking clip I've always wanted to show you for some time now. A couple of minutes ago, she was just complaining about people having a bias towards gay people. And now what does she say?
But with my personal biases aside.
Good fucking job on exposing yourself.
Why is the Bible saying that? Because it's a sin? Why is it a sin? Does God ever explain in the Bible why being gay is a sin?
Now, this might not be from the Bible, it was from a gay debate, but it actually talks about some stuff in the Bible, so I guess it's relatable. Within this framework, gay people have a problem, and that is that they want to have sex with the wrong people. They tend to be viewed as essentially lustful sexual beings. So while straight people fall in love, get married, and start families, gay people just have sex. But everyone has a sexual orientation, and it isn't just about sex. Straight people are never really forced to think about their sexual orientation as a distinctive characteristic, but it's still a part of them, and it affects an enormous amount of their lives. What sexual orientation is for straight people is their capacity for romantic love and self-giving. There are 6 passages in the Bible that refer in some way to same-sex behavior, and they are all negative. 3 of them are direct and clear. In the Old Testament, in Leviticus, male same-sex relationships are prohibited and are labeled abomination. And in the New Testament, in Romans, Paul speaks of women exchanging natural relationships for unnatural ones, and of men abandoning natural relations with women and committing shameful acts with other men. And so, according to the traditional interpretation, both the Old and New Testament are consistent in their rejection of same-sex relationships. So I'm guessing you get the gist. Gay people don't actually care about having a family or anything. They're just focused on having sex.
Why is it a sexual sin? Like, why is having sex with a woman okay, but having sex with a man not okay? And vice versa. What makes it not okay other than it's a sin and God said so?
Oh my fucking god, I feel like I have to recycle my points. Gay people don't actually care about starting any families. They're just focused on being lustful and having sex. And plus it's the fact that they do not produce children whatsoever. They just take one from an orphanage. Imagine having to pay thousands of dollars just to get the want to produce a child when you could do it for free.
Seriously, God would be a pretty shitty commentator because you're kind of expected to give reasonings for your claims or for your opinions, or else your opinions don't stand. God would be a very bad commentator.
God isn't a fucking commentator. He never was. So I don't get why you're saying God would be a pretty bad commentator when you yourself aren't a good commentator at all. You're the worst type of commentator. You're one of the art commentators.
The only reason people dislike or disagree with LGBTQ people is because it's been drilled into their heads that gay people are bad, which is homophobia, and they are perpetuating said homophobia. Or, you know, maybe a gay man stole somebody's husband or something, I don't know.
So anybody who disagrees with LGBTQ is immediately homophobic. Nice being a fucking gay stereotype. Yelling homophobic this and homophobic that to when somebody has an opinion about LGBTQ that you do not like. You had some opinions on Christianity, but they were so bad they had to get dick slapped out of the face of the fucking earth. And the only reason why people like LGBTQ is because other people brainwash them into being in that community.
Disagree with someone being gay means you hate it is simpler. I just restated that. So if a kid stuck their hand in the cookie jar, for example, and you disagree with it, you hate everyone that does that.
So you see being gay as somebody sticking their hand into a cookie jar. Makes sense. Because, you know, somebody doing something that their parents explicitly didn't want them to do is totally the same as, you know, being born gay, being born trans, because, you know, being gay isn't a fucking choice like you seem to imply it is. I disagree with gay people. Well, fuck you, we can't help it. Also, if somebody's mom were to see them sticking their hand in the cookie jar, they would most likely say, hey, don't stick your hand in the cookie jar, or I'm gonna, you know, punish you, whatever the fuck. You know, kinda like how homophobic parents say that, hey, don't be gay, or you're gonna get eternal punishment. See how your comparison is actually proving how much of a homophobe you are? Seriously, this video is so fucking annoying, I'd rather you just call me a Slut.
Now I know Whisper's example was pretty ass, but that doesn't make his point automatically invalid. You just proved him right earlier that everybody who has an opinion on LGBTQ, or the reason why nobody likes LGBTQ, is because it's been drilled into their head that LGBTQ bad. No, it's just the fact that people in the LGBTQ community do some really stupid shit. And the fact that you turned his example into blatant homophobia, like, oh my god. I'm starting to think that you actually don't care about the group you're fighting for. You just want to bash someone.
That's their logic, and it's flawed.
And you don't explain how it's flawed, further showing that you have no fucking idea what you're talking about and you just want an excuse to be a bigot.
Jesus Christ, how many times are you gonna call him bigot? We need a word counter. This is kind of proving my point in part 1 that I said you did nothing but call him bigoted. You're doing that right now. And I bet you're gonna say that I'm defending him for being bigoted. No, that's not the fucking purpose of part 1 or part 2 at all. And I also bet that you're gonna twist this whole entire video, part 1 and part 2, into nothing but, oh, homophobe, when I'm not trying to be homophobic at all. Now, there are some problems with the LGBT community that I might talk about in a video, but that's for later. Other than that, yeah, I don't really care about LGBT at all.
Next, claim that the Bible says nothing about LGBTQ plus being bad.
I'm pretty sure most of the people claiming this are referring to a very specific line in the Bible where it says, "Thou shalt not lay with boy as they would with woman," or something of that, something like that, and it was mistranslated because it was supposed to be talking about pedophilia, but people intentionally mistranslated it to fit their homophobic agenda. The majority of people don't claim that there's nothing homophobic in the Bible. They just say that in, that line, that was not meant to represent homophobia or gay people. It was meant to represent pedophilia and how pedophilia is bad. Also, you are about to argue that your book is homophobic. Great job on exposing yourself as being a homophobe, or at the very least, thinking that the stuff in the Bible is homophobic and is totally okay by you, apparently.
Jesus fucking Christ, you talk too much. Also, how in the fuck was Whisper about to argue that the Bible was homophobic? And no, it wasn't mistranslated at all. Talking about,
oh, they did this, that, and the fucking third to adjust to their homophobic agenda.
I am not sure where the fuck you got that from. And no, it wasn't meant to represent pedophilia. That's just a blatant lie.
Do not be deceived. Neither the sexually immoral or idolaters, nor adulterers, nor men who have sex with men, nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor slanderers, no swindlers will inherit the kingdom of God. 1 Corinthians 6:9 through 10. Of course, these passages involve sexual acts, but answer me this. Are gay men who love each other going to remain sexually pure their entire time they're together?
Asexual gay men. There are people who are homo-romantic, but are asexual. They just want to have a romantic relationship. Also, apply that logic to a man and a woman. I'm pretty sure the reason why homophobia was like a thing in the beginning was because gay people can't reproduce. And that's stupid, especially nowadays, because nowadays people have sex for fun all the time, whether that be gay people or straight people. In fact, the majority of straight people these days have sex mostly for fun.
Now, she does make a point saying how people have sex for fun all the time, whether it be gay people or straight people, but that isn't the point that was thrown at her at all. Also, the funny thing is, gay people wouldn't have lived without straight people. Let that shit sink into your brain for a sec. You wouldn't have been here, a trans person, without your straight parents. Also, forgot about your trans little brother, which how in the fuck is he trans? Also, you don't make sense at the beginning of your statement. You said there are people that are homo-romantic, but they just won't have romantic relationships. How does that work?
Not because they want a child. So, that logic is also out the window. In fact,
a lot of straight couples don't even want kids. Seriously. Any reasoning for disliking gay people is fucking stupid. And the whole, oh, well, they force you into blah blah blah. Well, so does Christianity. So by that logic, I can also hate Christianity. But not all Christians. But not all gay people. Fuck off.
Okay, yeah, no, you're a contradicting piece of fucking shit. And way to go to be biased again, Mushroom Girl.
Seriously. Any reasoning for disliking gay people is fucking stupid.
You're honestly fucking retarded. Also, back to the part where I said you contradicted yourself.
But apparently me hating Christians, which I don't even hate Christians, and the whole, oh, well, they force you into blah blah blah. Well, so does Christianity. So by that logic, I can also hate Christianity. But not all Christians. But not all gay people. Fuck off.
Yeah, dude, you're actually this fucking stupid. I don't hate Christianity, but I can hate Christianity. What a nice way to contradict yourself. And once again, Christianity does not force you to get into the religion. You're saying all of this bullshit without any research. You're not even showing any screen recordings, any screenshots, or anything that can prove your statement.
This won't get to them. Their own desires won't get to them. And sure, maybe they could. Let's analyze this. In the beginning, God made Adam and Eve. And not sorry for how overused it may be, but it's really just right to the point, Adam and Steve.
God didn't make condoms either, so if you have ever used a condom, you are sinful. Hell, at least it's the person's choice to use a condom. It's not a person's choice to be gay.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. I'm not gonna waste my time on this. This is already as stupid as it was. Anyways, now that we're done with that, I don't want to go through any more cancer. The argument with Mushroom Girl and Whisper in their comment section. Whisper states that he wasn't generalizing and was making accidental clickbait. Something about damage control and OG Rat King and blah blah blah. He then goes on to say that he already apologized and said that he didn't agree with the video. Mushroom Girl replies with accidental clickbait doesn't exist and says that it's called straw manning, and states that the difference between her damage control and his is that she deleted the video to avoid drama, while also stating that she still agrees with the shit in the video. She then says that he said bigoted things and then dipped both the times that he was called out for it, while also saying that he threw a fit calling her a racist, which she has screenshots of. Whisper replies stating 9 things. He says that he never said that they were pedo or zoo supporters, says that he doesn't agree with the first video, says that the second video was also crap and he was an idiot and won't make another one, states that Mushroom Girl and her friends said that he said all people were a certain way in the video, the second video. He then goes on to claim that he never did. He then states that he doesn't delete for damage control and says that he deleted it because it was an idiotic video. He then goes on to state, isn't bigot a slur? I kinda think it is, but I don't know. I did some research and I don't think it said anything like if it was a slur or not. He then continues to remind Mushroom Girl about the blackface joke she made. He then continues to state that gay people are people and that he's asexual, to which Mushroom Girl replied with, yes you did. Watch your own video, dumbass. I even have the clip. Then why are you mad at the very minimal backlash you got from it? You know it was homophobic. Dude, you can't just keep making videos and then deleting them from damage control. Stop. She then says that he literally did say that all people in the video were a certain way, and she tells him again to watch his own video. She says the same thing for number 2 and says that bigot is not a slur. Her response to the blackface jokes were that she has 3 things to say. It wasn't racist and it was just immature. She then goes on to apologize for the person that she directed it to and says that by his own logic it wouldn't be racist. She then responds to his statement saying gay people are people with okay, and that has to do with anything? How? While also stating, then your logic, you hate your own community. You literally said how you disagree with LGBTQ people, yet you are one. And that's honestly stupidity. Also, asexuals can be homophobic. Honestly, all this drama was unnecessary and it was fucking stupid. I don't even think I would call it drama, because this shit was so dry and it was so bad that it barely gained any traction. Also, someone DM'd her about my video made on her, which they they didn't have to. I don't see why they did that. And of course, that big ass fucking Jimmy Neutron brain of hers responded with, "It's not good," and actually did not explain why it was not good. But who cares? I guess this video, I'm done with this video right here. If you liked the video, leave a like and maybe leave a sub. If you disliked the video, leave a fat fucking dislike. And I'll see you guys next time. As always, stay foxy and much love. Later.